prior to our winning the last 4 times against Vanderbilt by a margin of about 7 on those last 4 wins, Auburn had lost 13 in a row to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt had been a program that is one of the best college basketball programs in the SEC. Jerry Stackhouse does a great job coaching them. He's a great offensive coach, and got stuff they run is really, really good. They got the preseason conference player of the year and Pippen, and he certainly, hasn't disappointed with what he's done. Wright is the best, is the most physical guard in the league. Number 10, Miles, and I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he is a stretch four-man. It's a tough kid and shooting the ball really well. So Vanderbilt will present us with and they're the best three-point shooting team in our league, making 9 a game. So those teams are obviously really, really dangerous. Vanderbilt's coming in, winning 3 out of the last 5 in the league. And try to do a great job defensively. While we work on trying to, improve somewhat offensively, the key, I think, for us offensively would be just to make more frees and more threes. And if we could do that to go along with what we're doing from 2, we'll be better. So, questions?
We'll start with a question from Justin Ferguson.
Bruce, you mentioned Pippen in your opening statement. What stands out about him from your perspective? I mean, he leads the league in scoring. Just kind of what makes him such a dangerous offensive player?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's one of the leaders in scoring. He's one of the leaders in assists. He's just got great tempo. He's got great IQ, great feel. He can really score it from 2. In other words, he gets in the paint. He's in not a rush. You got to be second off the floor against him. He can make tough 2s. He doesn't mind traffic in the paint. And of course, he's a real threat from the perimeter as well. So just a real dangerous player. With the ball. He is he got great hands. And so defensively, he will strip and rip you. And I think 177 free throws. 177 free throws. And KD Johnson, for example, gets there a lot for us. He shot 118. So it just tells you how, he, officials know who he is.
Go to Mark Murphy.
Yeah, Bruce, in the last 5 games, Vanderbilt's won 3, and they've got single-digit losses at Kentucky and Tennessee. Does it look like they're playing with some momentum now and playing a little better than they did earlier in the SEC season?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I think since they came home from Diamond Head, they won the Diamond Head deal over there in Hawaii. And, obviously they're 5-7 in the SEC, but I mean, a lot of it, just has to do with, who they're lining up with. But, so they certainly with wins over Georgia, LSU, and Missouri, and single-digit losses at Kentucky and at Tennessee, they're playing with confidence. They're shooting it well. Again, they make 9 threes a game. They shoot a good percentage from 3. They defend the 3 ball really well. They've got good personnel. This is a team that statistically ranks at the top of our league in 3 ball defense and offense, and pretty much in the middle of the league. And we have an advantage.
Nathan King.
Bruce, you talked about it a little bit Saturday, but how much of a difference does it make now having Zep back in terms of a whole, kind of series of game planning a few days ahead of time for y'all? Just what does that do for y'all's defense leading up to this game?
I mean, I one of the things I was very careful to try not to do was talk about Zep, because it too much, because it would have taken away from the great effort that both Georgia and Arkansas gave. I'm not, but Zepp is one of the best defensive cards in the country. He is obviously an extremely efficient player with a great assist turnover ratio. We missed him makes a great deal of difference on our team. There's no other way of putting it. We don't have great depth. We've got Wendell and we've got Zepp. We don't have great depth at that position.
Got a follow-up from Justin Ferguson.
Bruce, you said on Saturday that the guys are going to get a day off on Sunday. It's the first time you've had that in a while. How much did you see that kind of impact them over the weekend? And also, like, how valuable is that to get that at this late in the year with the grind you guys got coming up?
I think we had a good practice yesterday. They had plenty of energy. I do think the early game on Saturday, and then the late game on Wednesday, it's the first. This is as long a gap as we've had. And I think it's important. And so I think they did feel like they really got a little bit of rest and mental rest too, because of all these preparations. And when you get ready for Vanderbilt, they're very, very good offensively. They're very complex. And they do a lot of things. Well, if you do that, they do this. And if you do this, they'll do that. They're really good at reading how you guard and taking things away. And I think Coach Stacko will have a really good defensive game plan as well.
Another follow-up from Mark Murphy.
Yeah, Vandy seems to be playing a lot of guys. They played 12 against Tennessee last week. Is that a challenge for you guys, your bench guys, to come in and play well against their bench?
Yeah, I think that Vanderbilt is a deep team. Texas A&M was a deep team. What it means is they'll play for 40 minutes. And that's why, I think the margins of some of their even losses have been really close. They're going to play till the end. And because they can shoot the three ball, they're dangerous.
All right, we're going to finish up today with a question from Bennett Durando.
Yeah, Bruce, with Vandy holding opponents to under 30% from three, do you, with the sort of slump that you've talked about, do you see this as a sort of a good opportunity to maybe break out of it against a really tough team, or something to lean away from a little bit more in this one because of the matchup?
Yeah, I think, you got to take what the defense gives you. We're not sure about, everything we'll see from them defensively, but they do a good job with their switching. They've got good size. They'll mix in some man, they'll mix in some zone. I mean, I don't think for us, we're going to start taking guys and telling them to stop shooting it. I'm telling them to take the same shots, but start making them.
Talking a little trash on the field? Yeah, we get it. Trashing the state with litter? That's terrible. Keep it clean. Keep Alabama beautiful.